What would you do if you only have 5 minutes in a day to improve your mobility? I'm Doc John from Mobility Doc. This is a routine we give to patients to help them to move better and move more often. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get on the floor and we're gonna start with thoracic rotations. All you need to do is lay on your side, bring one leg back, one leg up, and for about 10 repetitions, you're going to go from one side to the next, reaching long with your top arm. I like to use the hand that is on the other side of my body to hold my top knee down. It's important to make sure that as you're twisting and rotating, you keep this back leg straight and back. Don't let it creep forward. You'll get more stretch if you get this back. The reason being is with that leg being back, when I'm in this stretch position, I'm getting a hip flexor stretch on that side. I'm getting a hip stretch on this side. My thoracic spine is stretching. My pec and my shoulder on this side is stretching. This is a big bang for your buck, full body, 10 on each side. Just to show you really quickly on this other side, let me move my microphone real quick. If I get on this side, same idea, top leg's up, hand comes across, and then I'm going to rotate tighter on this side. So I would do, again, 10. Do 10 on one side, 10 on the other. Just hold and own that stretch for a moment. At the very end of the stretch, making sure this leg stays back, this leg stays up, and you reach out and across and pull that top shoulder down on the ground. Now, once you have performed about 10 of those on each side, what we're gonna go is into the twisted angel. So you're gonna get back into that same position, top leg over, bottom leg back and straight. You're going to now get this shoulder down with the elbow and the hand on the ground, and you're gonna press up and down along the floor, just like this, trying to trace my elbow and my entire forearm to my hand along the floor below you. This is sort of like the wall angel. You're gonna do 10 reps on one side, 10 reps on the other. This is a big hip flexor, but definitely rotator stretch of the shoulder, big stretch of your thoracic spine and lat. You're gonna feel this wherever you need it most, but this is a big full body stretch. 10 on one side, and again, if I switch over to this other side, this is where I'm tighter, so 10 on this side, and again, this is my tight side, so as I'm doing 10 reps on this side, I'm really trying to breathe through this. I wouldn't be talking as much if I wasn't recording. I'm bringing this back and forth, breathing through the stretch. Own the positions as you bring that elbow in and up. So again, we've done about 10 on this side. I can actually feel it improving in real time. That's how effective this is and how quickly it changes. Then I'm going to move on. So we've covered a lot of shoulder. We've covered a good chunk of spine. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get the hips. So the Brettzel 1.0, I'm going to grab my bottom leg with this arm, just like this. Grab my top leg, bring my leg over, and then I'm going to bring this heel towards my butt, and I'm gonna rest my top shoulder, in this case my right side, I'm gonna rest that down to the ground. Now I'm a little bit up still, right? But it's because I'm trying to breathe through this. With this Brettzel 1.0, now we've sort of left the shoulders alone. We're coming more into the spine again, and we're starting to get more into the hips and now the lower body. So you're gonna hold about 30 seconds on one side, breathing through with every exhale, trying to get the top shoulder down to the ground. So my right shoulder down to the ground. Once I've done 30 seconds or so on that side, then I could do the same thing on this side. You're gonna have to sometimes use something to get a hold of this quad. You know, your position might look like you're just here, like I am right now. My other side was a lot more flexible to start with, so it was a lot easier to get into that position. But I'm gonna hold here, I'm gonna extend my bottom hip, I'm gonna bring my left shoulder down to the ground. When I breathe, I'm gonna twist a little more, and not forcing anything, but I'm definitely trying to work through the stretch, 30 seconds. Once I'm through that, now we're gonna come down lower, in this case, towards my hips more. one of our favorites. We're gonna go into now the Brettzel 2.0. We're going to let one leg down rather, one knee down. I'm going to lower myself down to the, in this case, left arm. I'm going to push this thigh down into the mat. I'm going to squeeze this glute, popping that hip forward while I'm pushing down, and I'm going to turn myself this way and come back. So I'm getting a little bit of a hip internal rotation, but I'm definitely getting some hip flexor. If I bring this foot back a little bit more, it changes how much hip flexor I'm getting. Again, make sure you pop that hip, squeeze that glute. If you're lazy with it, you're not going to feel as much, and then turn over. If I do the same thing, again, holding 30 seconds, drop one leg down, drop the other. I'm going to start walking myself out a little bit, push my knee down into the ground, squeeze my glute, going to turn into it a little bit. I can feel that through my hip flexor, through the front. I also feel that a little bit inside to the groin, but I don't feel anything if I'm not pushing down to the ground, squeezing that glute. Once I squeeze and push down, now it really brings it out. We wouldn't be very far if we didn't get a little bit into our ankles. So one of my other favorites and final stretch for this 5-minute warm-up is gonna be stretching through dorsiflexion. So what we're gonna do is one foot down, one knee down. You're going to hold your heel with one hand, hold the front of your ankle with the other, and rock back and forth, getting that knee over your toes. Now, the reason why I like to rock, but you could just hold, is I like to gently mobilize my ankle to help stretch into dorsiflexion. This is a bit of a calf stretch, an Achilles stretch, but this is definitely a little bit of an ankle mobilization. If you don't hold your heel will come up, and if your heel's coming up, you're not getting the same effect. If I change sides, and again, I can get this, you can think of this as time. We could do 30 seconds where we're pulsing back and forth. Interesting, look, my entire left side's my tight side today. So pulsing, really trying to get this knee forward. Technically, if I'm getting kind of stuck, I can hold this heel and I can put a hand on this knee. And for a little extra pro tip, what you can do is you can drive that knee forward a little bit extra with your hand, getting some traction on your quad, pushing over. So again, about 30 seconds pulsing through this. This works out to be about 5 minutes of exercise. Admittedly, I didn't do the math before I was doing this, but I know that it's about 5 minutes. You move a little faster, it's about 5. You move a little slower, it could be about 10. But if you were to throw in this routine every single day, beginning or at the end, wherever it fits, you will feel changes in your general mobility. You want to make bigger changes, you're going to have to focus in a little extra. But if you do this routine, you will cover from your feet up to your neck and shoulders into your hands. And then what you can do is insert other stretches into your day. Give yourself more time where you need it most. Help us to help more people. Subscribe, like, share. Again, I'm Doc John from Mobility Doc. Thank you for allowing us to help you to move often and move better.